All right, to eliminate the y's, I'm going to be using row 2 twice. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go row 1 plus 4 times row 2. Row 2 here. And what that'll do is it'll give me a positive 4y, so these cancel out. So row 1 doesn't change. We get 4x minus 4y plus 4z equals negative 4. But I'm going to do twice row 2, that's 16x, or sorry, 4 times row 2, 16x plus 4y minus 8z equals 20. When we add those together, we get 20x minus 4z equals 16. Okay, I'm going to eliminate again. This time I'm going to go 3 times row 2 plus row 3. And when we do that, 3 times row 2 is going to be 12x plus 3y minus 6z equals 15. And then row 3 is not changing, so negative 3x minus 3y minus 4z equals negative 16. Add those guys together, we get 9x minus 10z equals negative 1. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to ignore the 3-variable system. And since we eliminated y twice, we now have a 2-variable system, and it is 20x minus 4z equals 16, and 9x minus 10z equals negative 1. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can do this. We could multiply this by 10, this by negative 4. Also, though, 4 and 10, they can be multiplied so they equal 20s. So I feel like with the smaller numbers, that's my preference. So I'm going to multiply the first one by 5. So I'm going to do 5 row 1, and that will give me a negative 20. So I need to multiply this one by negative 2 row 2. So 5 times row 1 is going to be 100x minus 20z equals 80. And then negative 2 will give me negative 18x plus 20z equals a positive 2. So when I add these together, I'm going to end up with 82x equals 82. So x is 1. I'm going to substitute that into row 2. So I get 9 times 1 minus 10z equals negative 1. So I can subtract 9 from both sides, and I get negative 10z equals negative 10. So z is 1. So now that I have x and z, now I can come back to my 3-variable system. I'm going to choose row 1 to substitute into. So for row 1, I get 4 times 1 minus 4 times y, because I don't know y yet, and then plus 4 times z, but that's 1, equals negative 4. So I have 8 minus 4y equals negative 4. Subtract 8 from both sides, and you get negative 4y equals negative 12. So y is 3. And then my final answer, I write in alphabetical order, 1, 3, 1.